Slow trading makes you rich and fast trading makes you broke. That sounds like one of those cheesy quotes people slap on a motivational page, but if you've been trading for more than 5 minutes, you already know how true it is. Because every trader has met that version of themselves. The one who thinks the fastest path to freedom is to pull money out of the market as quickly as possible. The one who sees somebody post a crazy profit screenshot and starts moving like it's a race. The one who believes that if they can just hit one big day, everything will change. And I'm telling you straight up, that version of you is the one that's keeping you poor. If this video hits you in the chest in the first 2 minutes, like the video right now, because that means you're finally hearing the truth you've been dodging. And if you're tired of trading like you're gambling for your life, subscribe because this channel is built for traders who want to last, not just get lucky. Now let's really talk. Most traders aren't losing because they don't have a strategy. Most traders are losing because they don't have a lifestyle that can support slow growth. They don't have the patience to let a system play out. They don't have the emotional maturity to let compounding do what it does. So they speed it up. They force it. They rush it. They press buttons because they're trying to force the market to pay them. And the market doesn't pay beggars. The market pays professionals. And professionals move slow. They move like snipers. They move like business owners. They move like somebody who understands that wealth is not built by adrenaline, it's built by discipline. Slow trading isn't just about taking fewer trades. It's not just about being calm. It's literally a whole identity shift. It's the difference between a trader who's trying to make money and a trader who is building an asset, an actual machine, a system that prints over time. And you need to understand something. Fast trading feels like progress. Slow trading feels like boredom. That's why 90% of people will never do it. Fast trading feels like you're doing something. Slow trading feels like you're waiting. And the average trader is addicted to feeling busy because feeling busy gives them the illusion that they're getting closer. That's why they open charts the moment they wake up. That's why they watch price tick by tick. That's why they turn trading into a video game. They're chasing stimulation, not results. But wealth doesn't come from stimulation. Wealth comes from structure. It comes from patience. It comes from control. And control is the one thing most traders do not have. They say they want freedom, but they can't even control themselves for one day. They want to quit their job, but they can't even follow their rules. You don't need more indicators. You don't need more strategies. You need more self-control. If you've ever said, I just need one good day, comment slow right now, because I want you to remember that phrase every time your emotions start screaming at you to rush. I want you to brand it into your brain, slow. That's the wealth word, because the market is designed to punish people who need fast results. Think about it. The market is not your friend. It's not your enemy either. It's a mirror. It exposes who you really are. It exposes impatience. It exposes greed. It exposes insecurity. It exposes trauma. It exposes desperation. And if you bring desperation into the market will eat you alive. It's like walking into a casino with rent money and thinking you're about to outsmart probability. That's not trading. That's survival. That's panic disguised as ambition. And I know some of you right now are thinking, but I want money fast. I'm tired. I've been broke. I've been struggling. I get it. I'm not judging you. I'm telling you the uncomfortable truth, that hunger is exactly what makes you dangerous in the market. Not dangerous to the market, dangerous to yourself. Because hunger makes you reach. Hunger makes you violate rules. Hunger makes you see setups that aren't there. Hunger makes you hold losers because you can't accept being wrong. Hunger makes you take profit early because you're scared it'll vanish. Hunger makes you revenge trade. Hunger makes you size up too soon. Hunger makes you blow accounts and then call the market manipulation. But the market didn't manipulate you. Your emotions manipulated you. The market just revealed it. Here's the first big reality I need you to accept. Fast profits are not real progress. They're volatility, they're noise, they're randomness, they're luck dressed up in confidence. Anybody can make money fast, literally anybody. A beginner can get lucky, a gambler can hit. A trader can have one good week. That doesn't mean they've built anything. That doesn't mean they're profitable. That doesn't mean they're safe. That doesn't mean they're disciplined. It just means they weren't punished yet. Slow growth, on the other hand, is proof of control. It's proof of process. It's proof of repeatability. It's proof of maturity. And repeatability is what creates wealth. So when you see someone post a $10,000 day, stop worshiping it. Stop letting it make you feel behind. Stop letting it trigger your insecurity, because what you don't see is what came before it and what comes after it. You don't see the losses. You don't see the withdrawals. You don't see the blown accounts. You don't see the pressure. You don't see the sleepless nights. You don't see the emotional instability. You just see the highlight reel. And if you model your trading after somebody's highlight reel, you're going to blow up your future. It's not the market that ruins most traders. It's the mental poison they drink every day from watching other people. Now, let me paint a picture because stories make this hit different. I want you to imagine three traders, three different lives, three different mindsets, same market, same charts, three totally different outcomes. The first trader is you at your worst. We've all been this trader. This trader wakes up and immediately checks the chart. Not because there's a plan, not because there's a scheduled session, but because they're addicted. They're looking for movement, they're looking for excitement, they're looking for something. Their brain is already in fight or flight. They're in the kitchen making coffee with one eye on the phone. They're scrolling social media while looking at the chart. Their mind is scattered. They haven't even set an intention for the day. And then price starts moving. Maybe it spikes up. Maybe it drops. Maybe it looks like it's about to break out. So they start imagining money. They start counting profits that don't exist. Their heart rate goes up. Their body starts acting like they're about to win something big. So they press buy or they press sell. They don't even know why. They just felt like it. And if it goes into profit, they start celebrating early. They start thinking they're finally getting it. They start thinking they cracked the code. They take a screenshot. They send it to their group chat. They start fantasizing about quitting their job. They start feeling unstoppable. And then the market pulls back. It hits their stop loss. Now they feel attacked. Now they feel disrespected. Now they feel stupid. Now they feel angry. And what do? They don't slow down. They speed up. They take another trade immediately. They size up. They try to make it back. They start chasing. They start forcing setups. They start clicking buttons like it's a slot machine. They start blaming spreads, liquidity, news, brokers, anything but themselves. And by the end of the day, they're down, frustrated, emotionally drained, and they still can't stop staring at the chart because they feel like if they walk away, they'll miss the trade that fixes everything. That's trader number one, the fast trader, the broke trader. The trader who is basically a market addict. Now, trader number two. This trader is disciplined, but still impatient. They have some rules, they have a strategy, they've learned a little, they know about risk management, they know about not overtrading, but deep down, they still want fast results. They still want to speed it up, they still want to level up quickly. So they follow their rules for a few days, maybe even a few weeks. But then they hit a losing streak. And that losing streak triggers something. It triggers doubt. It triggers fear. It triggers panic. And they start tweaking. They start changing entries. They start changing time frames. They start adding indicators. They start switching strategies. They start looking for something better. They convince themselves it's improvement, but it's actually impatience. And that's why they stay stuck, because they're always resetting the process. They never allow their system to mature. They never give a strategy enough time to prove itself. They're like a person who plants seeds and digs them up every 2 days to see if they're growing. You're not farming, you're sabotaging. And then trader number three, this trader moves like a monk, like a CEO, like a surgeon. They have a plan. They know their setup. They trade the same way over and over. They don't care about excitement. They care about execution. They don't care about making money today. They care about not losing the game. They protect capital like it's sacred. They know the market will always be there tomorrow. They don't chase. They don't force. They wait. They watch. They let the market come to them. They take 2 trades a week sometimes. And they're fine with that. Their dopamine doesn't come from clicking buttons. Their dopamine comes from following the plan. Their confidence comes from discipline, not outcome. So even when they lose, they're calm. Even when they win, they're calm because they understand it's not about the trade. It's about the system. And over time, that trader becomes wealthy, quietly, slowly, consistently, while the fast trader is still chasing one big day. Now let me ask you a question that might sting a little bit. Which trader are you? And don't answer with who you want to be. Answer with who you've been. Now let's go deeper because slow equals fast isn't just a catchy phrase. It's an actual law. It's like gravity in trading. You can ignore it, but you won't escape it. Slow trading is fast because it prevents damage. Fast trading is slow because it creates setbacks. That's the paradox. The trader who wants fast growth ends up growing slower than everybody because they keep blowing up. They keep resetting. They keep losing months in a single day. They keep destroying confidence. They keep building trauma around trading. And trauma is expensive. Trauma makes you hesitate on good setups. Trauma makes you exit early. Trauma makes you avoid risk. Trauma makes you flinch. And every time you flinch, you lose opportunity. So the fast trader is actually the slowest trader of all because they're stuck in a loop. Meanwhile, the slow trader is compounding. They're stacking small wins. They're building a track record. They're building skill. They're building emotional stability. They're building discipline. They're building the thing that actually creates fast growth later. Because here's the truth nobody tells you. In trading, speed comes after mastery, not before. And mastery is boring. Mastery looks like doing the same thing repeatedly until it becomes you. You don't get rich from chasing setups. You get rich from becoming the kind of person who can execute consistently. The market doesn't reward intelligence as much as it rewards stability. I've seen smart traders lose because they couldn't control their ego. I've seen average traders win because they had discipline. The market doesn't care how smart you are, it cares how predictable you are. And predictability comes from routine, slow routine, consistent routine. This is where the compounding conversation hits hard. People talk about compounding like it's just math, like it's just percentages. But compounding is not just financial, it's psychological. Every day you trade slow, you compound patience. Every day you follow rules, you compound discipline. Every week you protect capital, you compound confidence. Every month you avoid overtrading, you compound clarity. Those are invisible profits, and invisible profits create visible money later. That's why the slow trader gets rich. They're not just compounding dollars, they're compounding identity. The broke trader is compounding chaos, they're compounding bad habits, they're compounding emotional damage, they're compounding inconsistency. And then they wonder why trading feels harder and harder. Of course it does. You trained your brain to be unstable. You can't keep taking trading advice from adrenaline junkies. Now I want to talk about the fantasy that destroys most traders. The fantasy of fast profits. Because fast profits are seductive. Fast profits make you feel like you're special. Fast profits make you feel like you're ahead. Fast profits make you feel like you're finally about to escape. And that emotion is intoxicating. But it's also dangerous because fast profits create entitlement. They make you think you deserve more. They make you think you should win every day. They make you think the market owes you. So the moment you lose, it feels personal. It feels unfair. It feels like something was taken from you. And now you're trading with emotion instead of logic. Now you're trading to restore identity. And that is the most expensive kind of trading. That's why the trader who gets a big win early often fails long term. Because they never learned humility. They never learned process. They never learned the grind. They never learned how to lose properly. And losing properly is a skill. Let me say that again because that's a millionaire sentence. Losing properly is a skill. The slow trader knows how to lose and stay stable. The fast trader loses and falls apart. And the market will test that. It will test it again and again until it breaks you or builds you. So if you're early in your journey and you're not seeing crazy profits yet, I'm actually happy for you. Because you're being protected from entitlement. You're being forced to learn the right way. You're being forced to respect the process. And respect is what leads to wealth. The market doesn't reward disrespect, it punishes it. And impatience is disrespect. Overtrading is disrespect. Revenge trading is disrespect. Risking too much is disrespect. It's you saying, I don't care about probability. I don't care about the process. I just want money now. And the market responds like, cool, take this loss. Let's get practical for a moment, because I don't want this to be just motivation. I want it to change your trading behavior. Slow trading means you have predefined conditions for your entries. It means you're not taking trades because price moved fast. You're taking trades because your setup appeared. It means you've accepted that most of the time you are not supposed to be in a trade. It means you understand that the best traders are often doing nothing. Not because they're lazy, because they're selective. They're waiting for high-quality probability. Slow trading means you have a fixed risk per trade that makes you almost bored. Like it's so controlled that it feels too small. And that's exactly where you want to be. Because boredom is safety. Boredom is consistency. Boredom is the environment where compounding thrives. The fast trader feels bored and thinks that means something is wrong. They think they need more action. They think they need more trades. But action doesn't equal progress. In trading, action often equals damage. I want you to think of trading like driving. If you're driving to a destination, going 150 miles per hour feels fast. It feels exciting, but one small mistake and you're dead. Driving 65 might feel slow, but it's safe, it's consistent, it gets you there. Fast trading is speeding. Slow trading is driving the speed limit. And wealth is a long road. Most traders crash because they couldn't tolerate the boring road. They wanted to arrive instantly. They wanted to teleport. Trading doesn't work like that. There was a point in my journey where I used to feel like every day had to be profitable or I was failing. I'm talking about that pressure where you open the charts and it's like you're carrying your whole life on your shoulders. Like, if you don't win today, you're going to stay stuck. That mindset made me take trades I had no business taking. It made me enter early. It made me hold too long. It made me cut winners short. It made me ignore my plan. And some days it worked, which is the worst part. Because the market will sometimes reward bad behavior. And when it rewards bad behavior, it trains you to keep doing it. So I started believing that being aggressive was confidence. I started believing that taking more trades was hustle. I started believing that pushing risk was growth. But the reality was I was just unstable. I was just emotionally hungry. And one day I remember having a really good streak. Like wins stacked back to back. I felt unstoppable. Then I had one loss, one normal loss, and it hit me like a punch. Because it wasn't just money, it was ego. And I took another trade immediately, and another, and another. I was trying to prove I was still that guy. I was trying to restore the identity the wins gave me. And that day, I gave back a huge chunk of profit. And I sat there staring at the screen, feeling like I was watching myself self-destruct, like I couldn't stop it. And that was the day I realized something. If trading makes you feel like you can't control yourself, then trading isn't your problem. You are. And that moment forced me to slow down. Not because slowing down is nice, because slowing down was survival. I had to choose. Either keep chasing fast money and keep burning myself, or become a disciplined trader and build something real. And that's what I'm inviting you to choose today. If you want to become a real trader, share this video with somebody in your circle who is always chasing fast results, because you might literally save them years of pain. Now let's talk about why slow, steady growth beats fast profits in pure logic. Because some of you need the math. Let's say trader A wants fast profits. They risk 10% per trade, they take 5 trades a day, they have a 50% win rate. That means they're going to have losing streaks, and those losing streaks are going to be devastating. 3 losses in a row and they're down 30%. One bad day and they're down 50%. They're forced to change behavior, they're forced to chase, they're forced to make it back. They're forced into emotional trading. Trader B risks 1% per trade. They take 2 to 3 trades per week. They have the same win rate. Losing streaks don't destroy them. They can breathe. They can continue. They can learn. They can stay consistent. Over time, Trader B grows. Trader A keeps resetting. And even, if Trader A has some crazy days, the long-term curve is unstable. It spikes, then crashes. Spikes, then crashes. That's not wealth. That's a heart attack graph. Trader B's curve is smooth. It looks boring. It looks slow, but it's unstoppable. It's like a glacier. It moves slowly, but nothing can stop it. That's how real wealth looks. And here's the punchline. Trader B will eventually scale. Trader A never will, because scaling requires stability. You cannot scale chaos. You can only scale discipline. If you want me to keep dropping trader psychology that hits this deep, like the video because it tells the algorithm to push this message to traders who actually need it. You have to accept that you're not special in the market. You're not the exception. You're not going to outsmart probability with emotions. If you're trying to grow fast because you feel behind, you are trading from insecurity. And insecurity is a dangerous fuel. It makes you take shortcuts. It makes you copy other people. It makes you abandon process. It makes you gamble. It makes you break rules. And the market doesn't care about your insecurity. The market doesn't care that you want to prove something. The market doesn't care that you want to be rich by next month. The market cares about what you can execute. Period. And the truth is, the trader who is comfortable being slow is the trader who wins fast later. Because when you build discipline, you eventually reach a point where your edge is so refined that money starts coming easier. But you can't skip the refinement stage. You can't skip the boring stage. You can't skip the slow stage. Slow is the tuition. Slow is the initiation. Slow is the price of admission into real profitability. And I know the slow stage hurts because you want results now. But the slow stage is building the only thing that matters: consistency. Consistency is the holy grail. Not strategy, not indicators, consistency. You can have the best strategy in the world and still fail if you're inconsistent. But you can have an average strategy and win if you execute it with discipline. That's why slow equals fast, because slow builds consistency. Picture a trader named Marcus. Marcus is a normal guy, works a job, has bills. He gets into trading because he sees people online flexing. He wants freedom. He wants to escape. He starts learning. He buys courses. He joins discords. He watches YouTube all night. He thinks knowledge equals profit. So he keeps consuming. He keeps adding. But his trading is still chaotic. He takes trades based on excitement. He takes trades based on opinions in the chat. He takes trades based on fear of missing out. And sometimes he wins. When he wins, he feels like a genius. When he loses, he feels like a failure. That emotional swing becomes his identity. He's either on top of the world or depressed. There's no stability. One day, Marcus decides he's going to get serious. He picks one strategy. He chooses risk management. He starts trading slower. He sets a rule. Only one session. Only 2 trades max. Only A-plus setups. At first, it feels weird. It feels like he's missing opportunities. It feels like he's not doing enough. But he stays consistent. Over months, he stops feeling anxious. He stops needing the chart to move. He starts enjoying calm. And then something crazy happens. He starts seeing setups clearer. He starts noticing patterns. He starts understanding market structure. He starts trusting himself. And the profits start coming. Not because the market changed, because Marcus changed. And once Marcus becomes stable, he starts scaling slowly. He increases size gradually, he compounds, he grows. And one day he looks back at his old self and realizes that the fast trading phase wasn't ambition. It was insecurity. It was desperation. It was lack of identity. Slow trading built his identity, and identity built his wealth. That's what I want for you. Now let's talk about the emotional reasons slow beats fast. Fast trading feeds ego. Slow trading kills ego. Fast trading makes you feel like a hero. Slow trading makes you feel like a professional. Fast trading makes you chase excitement. Slow trading makes you chase precision. Fast trading is about what can I get today? Slow trading is about what can I become over time? And that's why slow traders last. Trading is not just a money game, it's a character game. It tests your patience. It tests your discipline. It tests your humility. It tests your ability to follow rules when nobody is watching. That's why I say slow trading makes you rich. Not because the trade frequency matters alone, but because the mindset required for slow trading is the mindset of wealth. Wealthy people don't rush. Desperate people rush. Wealthy people think long-term. Desperate people think short-term. Wealthy people protect assets. Desperate people risk everything. Trading is literally a training ground for wealth mindset. If you can't trade slow, you can't build wealth anywhere. Because business requires patience. Investing requires patience. Fitness requires patience. Relationships require patience. Everything worth having requires slow consistency. So if you learn slow trading, you're learning a life skill. You're learning how to delay gratification. You're learning how to manage emotion. And those skills will make you rich beyond trading. Now, I want to attack the biggest lie in trading culture, that you're supposed to be making money every day. That is not trading. That is content. That is social media brainwashing. Most professional traders are not trading every day. Most hedge funds are not clicking buttons all day. They wait for opportunities, they execute, they manage risk, they review, they adjust, they repeat. But retail traders think trading means constant action because that's what they see online. They see people live trading. They see people reacting. They see people making it look like a game. And they think if they're not doing that, they're not a real trader. That is a lie. The real trader is the one who can sit on their hands. The real trader is the one who can do nothing and feel calm. The real trader is the one who doesn't need the market to move to feel alive. Because if you need the market to move to feel alive, you're not trading. You're emotionally feeding. And the market will punish emotional feeding. It always does. Let's get into a concept that will change your life. The market pays rent for patience. Patience is like owning real estate. The longer you hold, the more you benefit. But impatience is like renting. You're always paying, you're always losing. Every time you rush, you pay. You pay with a bad entry. You pay with a premature exit. You pay with a bigger drawdown. You pay with a revenge trade. You pay with mental fatigue. You pay with confidence. And those payments stack up. The fast trader is constantly paying rent to impatience. The slow trader owns patience. There's going to be days where you open the chart and there's nothing to do. No setup, no entry, no clean structure, just messy noise. And you're going to feel that itch that says, just take something, just do something. That itch is your ego. That itch is your addiction. That itch is the old you trying to survive. And if you can sit through that itch without acting, you are leveling up. That moment is your gym. That moment is your rep. That moment is building the muscle that makes you rich. Because the traders who win are not the ones with the best entries. They're the ones with the best restraint. Restraint is the true edge. And you will not develop restraint by taking more trades. You develop restraint by not taking trades. You develop it by waiting. You develop it by saying no. The market is an endless buffet. If you eat everything, you get sick. The slow trader has standards. The fast trader is starving. And starving people don't have standards. They just eat. Now I want to talk about the fake confidence fast trading creates. Fast traders often feel confident because they're constantly in action. They feel like they're in control. But that's not confidence, that's distraction. It's like someone who talks a lot to avoid silence. The silence would expose their insecurity. The slow trader can handle silence. The slow trader can handle waiting. That's real confidence. Because real confidence doesn't need constant stimulation. Real confidence doesn't need constant trades. Real confidence is quiet. It's stable. It's grounded. And that's why slow traders win. Now, some of you might be thinking, okay, but how do I actually implement slow trading? What does that look like? I'm going to paint a clear picture. Slow trading means you pick a session. 1. Maybe New York Open, maybe London Open. But you pick one. You don't trade all day. Slow trading means you have a maximum number of trades per day. Maybe one, maybe two. But you cap it. Slow trading means you have a checklist, not a vibe, not a feeling, a checklist. If conditions aren't met, you don't trade. Slow trading means you risk small. So small that losses don't change your mood. Slow trading means you journal. You review, you track. You treat it like a business. Slow trading means you care more about process than profit. And when you do that consistently, profit becomes inevitable. That's the weird thing about trading. The moment you stop chasing money is the moment money starts coming. Because chasing money makes you emotional, emotion makes you inconsistent. Inconsistency kills edge, but process makes you calm. Calm makes you consistent. Consistency makes edge profitable. That's the chain. So stop trying to get rich. Start trying to become consistent, and wealth will follow. Now I'm going to tell you something that might make you laugh, but it's true. Most traders would be more profitable if they traded less and went to the gym more. Because the gym builds discipline. It builds patience. It builds long-term thinking. Trading needs that same muscle. If you can't wait for gains in the gym, you won't wait for gains in the market. If you can't stick to a routine in fitness, you won't stick to a routine in trading. If you can't delay gratification in diet, you won't delay gratification in trading. It's the same skill. So don't just fix your charts. Fix your habits. Fix your life. Because your life leaks into your trading, a chaotic person will trade chaotically. A disciplined person will trade with discipline. Your P&L is a reflection of your identity. That's why slow trading is so powerful. It forces you to become disciplined. And discipline is wealth. If you're getting value right now, share this with somebody who's always complaining about losing, but refuses to slow down. Now, I need to address the elephant in the room. The reason most people can't trade slow is because their financial situation is unstable. They need the money. They want results fast because they're under pressure. And I'm going to be brutally honest. If you need trading to pay your bills, you are not ready to trade. Because desperation will control you. You will force trades, you will over-risk, you will overtrade, and you will lose. Trading is not a paycheck. It's a performance business. You get paid based on execution, not based on need. So the fastest way to become profitable is to remove pressure, build another income, reduce expenses, give yourself runway. Because slow trading requires emotional safety. If your life is on fire, you will not trade slow. You will trade like you're drowning. And drowning people don't trade well. They panic. So if you want to win, create a life structure that supports patience. That might mean keeping your job longer. That might mean building side income. That might mean lowering expenses. That might mean trading smaller. But that's what real traders do. They don't force it. They build runway. They build stability. They build patience. And then they scale. Now let's talk about the addiction to fast profits from a deeper psychological perspective. Fast profits give you dopamine, and dopamine is addictive. When you make money fast, your brain gets a hit. You feel powerful, you feel validated, you feel like you've arrived. And then you start chasing that feeling. You start trading for dopamine, not for profit. That's why traders overtrade after wins. They want to keep the high going. They want another hit. And when they lose, they trade more to escape the pain. Either way, they're using trading as emotional regulation, and that's a dangerous game. Slow trading breaks that addiction. It forces you to detach. It forces you to stop using trading as emotional therapy. It makes you treat it like a business, and that's why it makes you rich. Now I'm going to give you another story, but this time it's from a more relatable angle. Imagine a guy named Jason. Jason is new. He gets into trading because he wants to make extra money. He sees TikToks. He sees Lambos. He sees day in the life of a trader. He thinks trading is this quick skill. So he opens an account, he deposits money, he starts taking trades. He wins a few. He thinks he's a natural. Then he loses. He thinks it's just a setback. He sizes up. He loses more. Now he's down bad. Now he's stressed. Now he's watching YouTube late at night trying to find the secret strategy. Now he's joining Discords. Now he's taking random signals. Now he's confused. Now he's overwhelmed. And the more overwhelmed he gets, the faster he trades. He thinks speed will fix it, but speed makes it worse. Eventually, he blows the account. He feels shame. He quits. He tells people trading is a scam. But the truth is, trading wasn't the scam. His expectations were. His impatience was. Now imagine a different version of Jason. He still wants money. He still wants freedom. But he decides to approach trading like a profession. He trades demo for months. He practices one setup. He journals. He tracks. He risks tiny amounts. He grows slowly. He doesn't chase. He doesn't force. He builds discipline. He takes losses as feedback. He stays calm. He compounds skill. And over time, he becomes profitable. That's the same guy. Same intelligence, same market, different pace. Pace is everything. That's why slow trading makes you rich. Now I need to speak to your ego again. Your ego wants to be special. Your ego wants to be fast. Your ego wants to impress people. Your ego wants to post screenshots. Your ego wants to prove something. Slow trading humbles you. Slow trading makes you invisible. Slow trading makes you quiet. Slow trading gives you no exciting stories to tell. You can't flex, I took one trade this week and made 2%. Nobody cares. It's not sexy. It doesn't go viral, but it makes you wealthy. And if you choose wealth over validation, you'll win. But most traders choose validation. They'd rather look like a trader than be a trader. They'd rather have a screenshot than a track record. They'd rather have excitement than consistency. And that's why they stay broke. So let me ask you again, do you want to look rich or do you want to be rich? That's the question slow trading forces you to answer. Now we need to get into the concept of survivorship. The market is a survival game. It's not about making money fast. It's about not losing the game. That's why risk management is everything. The fastest way to become profitable is to stop bleeding. Stop bleeding money. Stop bleeding confidence. Stop bleeding discipline. Stop bleeding time. Slow trading reduces bleeding. It reduces exposure. It reduces mistakes. It reduces emotional fatigue. That's why it wins. Fast trading increases exposure. It increases mistakes. It increases fatigue. And fatigue is a hidden killer. When you trade too much, your decision quality drops. You start seeing things that aren't there. You start forcing. You start getting sloppy. And sloppy trading is expensive. Slow trading keeps your mind fresh. It keeps your decision quality high. That's why professionals don't trade all day. They know human focus is limited. They know decision fatigue is real, so they trade like snipers. They take the best shots, and they stop. That's what you need to learn. Now let's talk about a rule that will change your life. You don't get paid for being in the market. You get paid for being right. And the more time you spend in the market unnecessarily, the more you give the market chances to take your money. The slow trader minimizes market time. The fast trader lives in the market. And the market charges rent. It charges spread. It charges slippage. It charges opportunity cost. It charges emotional cost. So the fast trader is always paying. The slow trader only pays when the odds are good. That's the difference. Now I'm going to hit you with the truth about compounding that nobody talks about. Compounding is not linear, it's exponential. That means in the beginning, it looks slow. It looks pointless. It looks like nothing is happening. But if you stay consistent, there's a point where it takes off. And that's what traders don't understand. They quit before the takeoff. They rush because they can't tolerate the slow stage. They can't tolerate the boring stage. They want to skip. But you can't skip exponential growth. It requires time. It requires patience. It requires consistency. That's why slow equals fast. Because the trader who stays slow long enough reaches the exponential stage. The trader who rushes resets before they ever reach it. So slow is actually the fastest way to get to that stage. Now let's talk about the mindset shift that makes slow trading possible. You have to stop thinking in days and start thinking in months. You have to stop thinking in single trades and start thinking in series. A single trade means nothing. It's just one data point. A series of trades reveals edge. A month reveals discipline. A year reveals mastery. You have to stop looking at trading like a daily paycheck and start looking at it like a long-term business. Businesses don't make money every day. They build, they invest, they optimize, they grow. Trading is the same. If you treat trading like a business, you'll trade slower. You'll trade smarter. You'll stop chasing daily validation. You'll focus on monthly execution. And that's when your results change. Now let me speak to the person who's currently stuck in the fast profit trap. You probably feel like slowing down will make you miss opportunities. You probably feel like if you don't trade all day, you're wasting time. You probably feel like the market is passing you by. That's FOMO. And FOMO is a liar. The market will always give opportunities. Always. There will always be setups. There will always be trades. You're not missing anything. You're just not disciplined enough to wait for quality. And quality is everything. You don't need more trades. You need better trades. And the best trades require patience. So the next time you feel like you're missing out, remind yourself the market rewards patience, not urgency. Now let's talk about what slow trading looks like in real life. Slow trading is waking up, doing your routine, getting ready, then coming to the charts with a calm mind. It's analyzing higher time frames first. It's knowing the direction. It's knowing key levels. It's waiting. It's letting price come to your zone. It's not entering because it moved. It's entering because it confirmed. It's placing your trade and walking away. It's not watching every tick. It's not emotionally attached. It's letting the trade play out. And if it loses, you record it and move on. If it wins, you record it and move on. No euphoria, no depression, just process. That's slow trading, and that's why it makes you rich. Fast trading is waking up late, rushing to the chart, seeing price move, jumping in, adjusting stops, panicking, closing early, re-entering, revenge trading, and ending the day exhausted. That's fast trading, and that's why it makes you broke. Now I want to talk about something that might change how you see your losses. Most fast traders take losses as proof that they're failing. Slow traders take losses as cost of business. That's a massive difference. When you see losses as failure, you rush to fix it. You chase, you force, you speed up. When you see losses as business cost, you stay calm. You follow the plan, you trust the edge, you remain stable. That's why slow traders win. So you need to reframe losses. Losses are not an emergency. They are expected. They are part of probability. They are part of the game. If you can't accept losses, you can't accept trading. And if you can't accept trading, you need to stop. Because denial will bankrupt you. Now I'm going to give you another perspective because sometimes you need to hear it from a different angle. Imagine you're a hunter. You don't run around the forest shooting at everything. That's how you miss. That's how you waste ammo. That's how you scare away prey. A real hunter waits. They observe. They study patterns. They understand behavior. They choose the right moment. That's trading. The fast trader is running around shooting randomly. The slow trader is waiting with precision. That's why slow equals fast. Because precision creates results. Now I want to say something that might offend some people, but it needs to be said. If you're chasing fast profits, you don't want to be a trader. You want to be saved. You want trading to rescue you from your life. And that's not trading. That's fantasy. Trading is not a rescue mission. Trading is a skill. And skills take time. So if you're using trading as a rescue, you're going to rush. You're going to over-risk. You're going to overtrade. You're going to blow accounts. So instead of asking trading to save you, save yourself, build your life, build stability, build income, build routine, and then trade from strength, not weakness. That's slow trading. And that's why it works. Now I want to give you a moment of truth. Slow trading is not natural. Your brain wants speed. Your brain wants immediate reward. Your brain wants excitement. Slow trading goes against human nature. That's why it's so powerful. Because most people can't do it. Most people can't delay gratification. Most people can't sit still. Most people can't be patient. So if you master slow trading, you separate yourself from the crowd. You become rare. And rare people get rare results. Now, if you're still with me and you're feeling this message, comment, I choose slow, because making that decision is the beginning of transformation. Now I'm going to talk about the real reason fast profits don't last. Fast profits usually come from high risk. High risk creates volatility. Volatility creates emotional swings. Emotional swings create inconsistency. Inconsistency kills edge. It's that simple. Even if you get lucky, you won't keep it. Because luck is not sustainable, discipline is. The slow trader can replicate results because they're not relying on luck. They're relying on process. Now I want to talk about the concept of trading like a casino. Casinos get rich slowly. They don't need big wins. They need consistent edge. They need volume over time. They need probability. That's how they print money. Traders should trade like casinos, not like gamblers. Casinos don't chase. Casinos don't get emotional. Casinos don't size up because they lost. Casinos stick to their edge. Casinos know the math. Casinos know that if they stay consistent, they win. That's you. You need to become the casino, and casinos move slow. They don't rush. They let the math work. Now I'm going to close this out with a final truth that I want burned into your mind. Every time you speed up in trading, you're not moving faster toward wealth. You're moving faster toward mistakes, and mistakes are expensive. Every time you slow down, you're not falling behind. You're building mastery. You're building discipline. You're building the foundation that allows you to scale later. So if you want to get rich from trading, stop chasing fast profits. Stop worshiping screenshots. Stop comparing yourself. Stop rushing. Stop forcing trades. Become boring. Become disciplined. Become patient. Become consistent. Because slow trading makes you rich, and fast trading makes you broke. If this video helped you, like it because it tells me to keep making content that actually changes traders instead of entertaining them. Subscribe because this channel is where we build traders who last, and share it with someone who's addicted to fast money, because the message might save them from years of pain.